Well, it's Friday night, and once again, I'm wearing my Marvel t-shirt. I've got my Nightmare Before Christmas coffee cup, so it must mean it's Friday night coffee and comics. Oh, that is a tasty beverage. Alright, so this is shipment number 5 of 5 that I had been sitting on for a really, really long time. So if you've watched the previous videos, you know that I have been building up all of these packages, and I didn't check the grades. Well, I checked the grades on one shipment, which was mostly Amazing Spider-Man. But this submission is actually, I think it's got some Transformers in it. I think it's got some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in it from the early 2000s. Now, sturdy boxes, I will say that. They put a lot of work into these boxes. They make sure that your stuff arrives safely, provided that whichever carrier you use doesn't just try and destroy it. All the books in this box I bought new off the shelf from a local comic book shop, and I had just been sitting on them for years and years and years. They were books that I had wanted to get graded. They're not, right now I don't think that they're particularly valuable, but we're going to find out how the grades turned out. So I'm hoping that there's as many 9/8s in here as possible. 9/6s, 9/6s are pretty solid. I can't really complain about a 9/6, especially if I didn't get the books cleaned and pressed. They are what they are. But I love my comics, and I do everything I can to take care of them, best that I've been able to do. And usually, when I get in my books, especially at this era, which was the early 2000s, bagged and boarded, put right into the comic book box. This shipment has 10? 3, 6, yeah, it has 10 books in it. I thought I only had 9, but no, it's got 10. Oh, they're packed in there pretty tight. This might actually be a little bit of a challenge. Oh, alright. Okay, let's turn this box around. Alright, so this is definitely Ninja Turtles. This is from Dreamwave. This is Ninja Turtles number 3. Oh! 9.8. This is a run that I really, really loved. I'd always been a Turtles fan since I was 16, and I went into a Comics and Comics, which was a West Coast-based comic book company, or a comic book retailer, which is no longer in business, but I saw my very first Ninja Turtles book in there, which was a Ninja Turtles number... No, it was Raphael. That was the very first one I picked up, was the oversized magazine format. So, 9.8 white pages. This is from August of 2003. Really, really, really nice book. Let's see. I'm thinking over here. So, this is the... Okay. This is a retailer preview. Generation 1, no number. 9.6. So, this was like... I got this because I had a saver at my local shop, and they let me... they actually gave this to me because I was buying so much stuff at the time. And this is where they find Megatron in the ice, and on the back is Starscream. So, a 9.6. Pretty happy with that. It's hard to get books like this in a 9/8, so totally good. Okay, the next one that we're going to be looking at is the hollow foil edition. Look at that. That is a pretty badass cover, and that comes in a 9/8. Okay, so this is the Generation 1, Volume 2, Number 1 Dreamwave wraparound cover, white pages. Pat Lee. Pat Lee is an awesome artist. I think he's very underrated, especially for this era. So 9.8. This book actually, I think, has actually started to grow in value a little bit. I'm not sure by how much, but I think it did grow a little bit. All right. Okay, so next up we have Turtles #1. Beautiful cover. Love the artwork. This era of Ninja Turtles is just awesome. It comes in at a 9.8, white pages. So June of 2003. This is the Retailer Incentive Edition. This is a preview with a wraparound cover. This is a pretty hard book to get. On the back is Casey Jones. Yeah, that's an awesome cover. It's a fantastic book too. All right, next one. Okay, so this is a #1, 9.8. Okay, so this is from June 2003. This is, I believe, the regular edition. Pretty awesome, and on the back you have the Foot Clan. Super nice books. Okay. Okay, so this is issue #2, 9.8. Peter David story, white pages, from July of 2003. So that's awesome. So all the Ninja books came back at 9.8. All right, so we got 4 more books left. So we have Masters of the Universe. So this is the preview comic from Image, no number, 9.4. I have to check the grader's notes and see what they dinged it on for. Oh, I see it. But I don't remember that corner being dinged when I submitted it. That could have happened in shipping. Yeah, I think that corner got dinged in shipping. Alright, well, disappointing, but those things do happen sometimes. So, special preview edition. Alright, so next up, Masters of the Universe #1. This is from November of 2002. This is a 9.8 from Image Comics. Invincible preview in this, by the way. That is very noteworthy that this has an Invincible preview, because Invincible's really hot right now. Other books I'm glad I bought was during that era was Invincible. I didn't really. I think I picked up like the first probably 10 issues, and then I took a huge break, and then I went back and started to collect them, but pretty hard to get. Okay, this is the gold. This is the gold foil edition, 9.8. All right, so yeah, it's amazing what comics you end up hanging out to. But again, this also has an Invincible preview, gold foil edition of Masters of the Universe #1. So really, I've gotten a 9.4 and a 9.6. Everything else has been 9.8. Okay, last book. This is another Masters of the Universe #1. Yet another cover, and another 9.8. Okay, so one of the things I want to point out is, if you take care of your books, right? If you actually inspect what you're buying at your local game store, you can get a lot of really nice books. But whether or not they stay really nice is up to you. So you have to take care of them. Part of that is maintenance. Like, I have over 100,000 comics. And when you have a collection that large, a lot of stuff falls through the cracks. But the stuff that I'm really mindful of, I change out the bags and boards about every 4 to 10 years. I make sure that the boxes, the books aren't slanted. So these are really, really desirable books. At the time that I picked them up, not so much. Like Masters of the Universe in the early 2000s, but I was an '80s teenager, and of course I watched Masters of the Universe. You know, He-Man. I think everybody did that was in my, in my generation, and it was kind of cheesy and it was kind of lame, but has a soft spot for it. Anyway, so yeah, I'm really really happy with the books that I got back. Some of them obviously could have been a little bit higher. One of them I think was probably damaged when I shipped them out. Maybe I didn't ship them as well as I should have. I don't think that they were damaged at CGC. I think they were probably just damaged in the mail. But yeah, super happy. My Masters of the Universe books came back really high grade. And again, this is a 19-year-old comic. Like, yeah, so take care of yourself. Don't just don't throw them in a bag and board and drop them in a box and think they're going to stay in pristine condition. It really depends on how you store them. So anyway, I want to thank you for hanging out with me on a Friday night. And if you've got any comments, any questions, go ahead and put them down in the comment section below. And as I have time, I will go through and I will answer your questions to the best of my ability. I mean, you guys might ask me stuff that is ludicrous, or you might ask me stuff that's actually amazing. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Anyway, thank you for joining me for Comics and Coffee on a Friday night.